Welcome, Gunrunner.
Hello everybody, Q&A Cable here, and I'm back with another video for you, and something a little bit different. We're going to return to the subject of promo leaflets and catalogues and items and combine them all in kind of one video. So yeah, it's not a review of the Atari Lynx as you may have thought, and just to address that point for a moment, a lot of people have asked me why I haven't re-uploaded my Atari Lynx review from my old channel, where I looked at both the systems together, and that's because that was one of the videos I lost in an external hard drive crash. I lost all my Lynx videos, all of them. So I know a few people have asked for the Lynx reviews video back and the Lynx accessories video, which are two others that were very popular. I literally can't upload them because they don't exist anymore because I lost them all. So it will require me completely remaking them. So they are on my list of ones to do. I just keep coming up with new things that I pick up that I decide to do instead. So yeah, they are on the list. I will get around to redoing them at some point. But today we're going to be looking at some Lynx, not accessories, we're going to be looking at some Lynx catalogues and promo items. So let's start with actually I've got some of the badges, and we'll start with them because they're the easiest thing for me to grab. And these were given away free, I believe, I'm told, with Kellogg's cereal, but some of them were actually given away with games as well. I think mostly in France. And I say that because I do actually have a couple of French Lynx games that have the badges in them. Here, two copies actually, the same game, 2 copies of Ishido. So there we go, it says pins gratuit, so free pin badge inside there somewhere. I'm guessing it's inside the game box itself. I've not opened them. So apart from that, it's just a standard game in this nice kind of blister pack with the sticker on it. And actually, if you look carefully, it's sealed underneath as well. So it's a sealed game and it's sealed inside the blister pack. So we go, it's even still got a barcode and stuff in it, and it says it's Atari France on there. So I'll stick those either side of there. There we go. But yeah, going back to the moment, I don't have a complete set. Lots of people do. And one thing that I really like that I've seen people do is put them on a cork board to display them, which I think is a really good idea. I haven't got around to doing that, but let's see if we can get them on the camera. So I've got Pac-Man. So yeah, they're the pin badges with these things, which is why people put them on the cork board. They keep all the backs separate and then put them on cork. Works really well. There's checkered flag. I mean, these are really awesome. They're beautiful little things. Scrapyard dog. The funny thing is how I acquired these. I didn't actually actively go looking for them, which in many ways is quite surprising given what a huge Lynx fan I am at Shanghai. As Pac-Man. Funny enough, my wife gave them to me as a present. She'd seen them online and bought them, which is pretty cool. Then I thought, yeah, I always meant to buy some of these and never did. She got a big bundle of them from somewhere, I'm not actually sure where. Stun Runner, that's probably one of my favourite ones, because I love Stun Runner. The Miss Pac-Man one is awesome, that has to be said. A slightly boring one, this time it's Clax, but still quite good. And last of all, actually, I do have that Shido badge separate. There you go, you can actually see what that one is. It's actually a pretty cool badge. So yeah, they kind of copy the box art, mostly. I can't remember how many there is in total. I've got a feeling it's about 20. And I believe the hardest one to get was actually one that was only given away by the Atari Club, which I think is like a Lynx logo. And I seem to remember that that's the hardest one to get because that's the one that wasn't given away with Kellogg's cereal. All the others were. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool little things. Slight diversion, but I thought it would be a nice idea to stick them in this video, to be honest. So we'll have a look at what we've got next. Right, so next I've actually got a poster, and it's not, as you may possibly think, that one of the ones that was given away free with the games, because obviously a lot of Lynx games are kind of in the 91 games. Most of the games that were published in 91 came into poster instruction booklets, which were brilliant. I don't know why they didn't keep doing them. I think it was just a cost saving thing, because the later manuals went to being like black and white little things. But they should have kept doing the posters with the cartoon on the back, because they were so good. They were amazing, and I used to have them all over my wall when I was a kid, all the way around my walls. And I'd actually seek out the games that had posters in, simply because of that. This was actually a promo thing that was given away in shops and shows and stuff like that. It's quite big, so I'm not sure I'm going to get it all on camera. But as you can see already, no doubt, it's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which is actually one of the best. Was actually one of the best-selling Lynx games of all time. I'm highly surprised it was based on a huge film franchise. It was one of only three, I believe, three Lynx games to enter the multi-format top 10 chart in the UK. Warbirds was another one that did that, and Batman Returns was another one that did that as well. Got into the multi-format chart. So yes, there were a few, which may surprise some people. But there we go. Huge Bill and Ted poster. Very cool. And the back is possibly even cooler, because it says Atari Lynx games available. So it's all the games that were available at that point, which I believe is 91, when Bill and Ted came out, believe. And then it's got all the games that are out so far. So Bill and Ted is actually there down the bottom as well. And then look out for Zybots, Toki, Super Squeak, Crystal Mines 2, Dirty Larry, Renegade Cop, Basketball, World Class Soccer, NFL Football, Hyperdrome, which is quite hilarious because Hyperdrome was so delayed it ended up coming out really late, aftermarket release by Telegames. Baseball Heroes, Hockey Casino, Pit Fighter, Rolling Thunder, which never came out, although a prototype of that surfaced recently, and many more, including Lemmings. So Lemmings must have only just been announced at that point. Ended up being a pretty big game for the Lynx. Very good port. Best handheld port, definitely. So there we go. I should do a video on Lemmings, actually. I should do a 4-play video on Lemmings. It would suit that perfectly. I don't know why I've never thought to do it before. Want to add to my long list. So what have I got next? So I'll stick this one in next. I've shown this in videos before. This is a Telegames catalogue. I did a video actually specifically looking at Telegames catalogue, so I'll link that in the top right hand corner actually, for those interested. But this is a Telegames catalogue. This is a aftermarket one. This isn't one that's contemporary to the Lynx. It's Lifetime. I do have one of those, so that'll be upcoming. But yeah, this is an aftermarket one, as you can see, because it has PlayStation games on it, which kind of gives that away a bit. So inside you'll see there, so we've got Raiden, which is an aftermarket release for the Lynx. Super Off-Road, which wasn't, that was actually a commercial title. And then we've got classic top-selling Jaguar and Lynx Telegames titles down there, which is kind of weird because it doesn't tell you specifically which ones are Lynx and which ones are Jaguar, and they're mixed up. So there's two columns there. They haven't even split them into two separate columns, which is a bit of a strange thing to do, to be honest. I don't think the middle bit's got anything Lynx related on it. No. The inside bit is basically the next part is again, it's all Game Boy stuff. There we go, and then it just says what they do on the back there. So yeah, well, I can't remember if I showed this in the Telegames video or not actually. I don't think I did, funnily enough, because I think I only discovered this recently when I was scanning through the stuff I had to make this video. There is actually an alternative version of that one I just showed you, which is slightly different, and it has the same front, as you can see, and it's kind of the same inside, but it folds out into three. so it's bigger. It's still nearly all Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games across the middle, but it does have that bit there with that one mobile game, Universal Chaos, and the bits about Lynx and Jaguar. And then the back of that extra fold-out bit is actually a bit about TurboGrafx and Neo Geo, actually, there, which is quite cool. But that then has a pull-out sheet like the other one does, which is this, which has got about Soccer Kid there, but it also has Lynx Alpine Games, which is so awesome. That was really, really cool to see them advertising Alpine Games, which is probably the best homebrew game released for the Lynx, because it's just stunning. And then on the other side, more bloody Game Boy stuff. They were really pushing Game Boy, and then advertising that coming soon they were going to start doing Nintendo DS games. Yeah, they did a load of stuff for the DS actually, and even did some 3DS stuff. So there we go. And I also found inside that, when I was doing this, is an old Lynx price list from Telegames. I'm not sure how old, but I'm guessing it's fairly recent, but not really recent, because number one, they have Lynx consoles in stock, which they haven't had for a long time now. And also because the prices of some of the games, I mean, on there, Asteroids and Missile Command, $29.99. Yeah, we wish. That's now easily one of the rarest games to get for the Lynx, and you're talking well over 100 quid to get that on there. But you will notice that Ninja Gaiden there has been changed there to $99.99. So bloody hell, they'd put it up to 100 quid. In fact, you can tell when this came out actually, because how old this is, because they've added in pen Crystal Mines 2 Buried Treasure $39.99, which is a Songbird release. So fairly recent, not really recent. Also, there's Xenophobe and Lemmings for 100 quid each as well. On the bottom of there, for some reason they weren't. Why they've been written on, that's really strange. And there's all other stuff. They put Alpine Games at the top there, and Lexus they've written there. See, $34.99, $39.99. Or is that $29.99? Very cheap for Alpine Games actually. So yeah, Checkered Flag 40. They've put that up to. Lynx carry cases 40 quid. So yeah, so fairly recent on there. But it has actually got a phone number on there, which you can't ring them anymore. You can only they only have email. But yeah, still quite cool. On the other side, if you're interested, is a Jaguar price list. So I'll have to do a separate video looking at Jaguar promo stuff that I've got, because I've got a fair bit of Jaguar stuff, I think. There's another video for another day. What have I got next then? So this is quite a well-known one. The Cat Wants to Play. The Cool Claw. They very much started using calling the Lynx Cat more around the time that the Jaguar was announced, to make a connection. But I can't remember when this leaflet is from. Does it have a date on it anywhere? 94. So you go. This is contemporary to the Jaguar. I thought so, because that's when they started using the cat references. So this just shows all the games. It's an American leaflet, which is quite cool. I bought a big bundle of stuff from America, and it was inside it, so I was really pleased to find that, because I didn't know I was getting it. So obviously you can see some of the early games are reduced, like Gates of Zendokon there is $14.99. Same with the Electro Cop. So they put down the price of some of the earlier games there. But even actually some of the not so early games, basketball, there's down to $14.99. I guess it's stuff they had loads of stock of. Batman Returns to 20 quid. So obviously trying to shift through a lot of Lynx stock that they had still in inventory. I mean, Ninja Gaiden there, $19.99. Bloody hell, yes please. You know, considering how difficult that is to get now, which is crazy. I'm not sure why that's become so difficult. So yeah, they've got Paperboy up there, Lynx Casino. So it talks about linking up there. There's Pit Fighter, which would have been one of the more recent releases here. So that's $14.99 to $19.99. And then it's got an order form, a number you can ring. Here we go, full out. There we go, the kit case and everything like that on. So pretty damn cool leaflet that. I was really pleased to get that. It was a really nice surprise when I discovered it. As I say, in a big bundle of stuff. On the back there, you've got another thing with the game, and there's something quite famous about this leaflet, which is another reason why I'm really pleased that I've got it. More games there as well, you'll notice. So it's pretty much every game that's at that point. And you might have spotted it already, is look what game is on the Lynx screen down the bottom there. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. The Game Gear version of Sonic the Hedgehog displayed on the Lynx screen. Wow. Yep. Pretty unbelievable, to be honest with you. How they got away with that, I just don't know. And I also don't know what person at Atari decided that was even a good idea to do that and put that there. It just seems bizarre. There's so many questions about that that you don't know where to start, to be honest. Next, then, what have we got on this one? Another Telegames leaflet. This is the other one I was saying about. So, this one is like this. This was in Telegames games. Mostly, it was also given away free. I used to have tons of these because when I was a kid, there was this game shop. One of my viewers talked about it recently, and I can't remember what it was called. But it was a small shop in the marketplace in Hemel Hempstead. It wasn't Games Galore because that was one in Apsley, but there was a small one in the marketplace. And whenever I went in there, they also had loads of Lynx catalogues. I mean, it sold Lynx games. I bought a few from there, like Hard Driving. I bought from there. I know definitely there's some more, but I can't remember what. I definitely bought Hard Driving from there. But they also had loads of Lynx catalogues on the counter, and I can remember them having stuff like this, and you could just pick them up. So I remember picking up just tons of them and taking them home. And the next catalogue in particular, which we'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, that obviously tells you a bit about them. Then the front bit says about that. It says about they do speakers as well, which you can connect to your Lynx, which is quite cool. And then, obviously it looks at the game, so we'll go through that. So on one side, we've got Double Dragon, Super Off-Road, Desert Strike, Crazy Ace Miniature Golf. Now, Crazy Ace Miniature Golf is quite contentious because it came out in 1993, and Telegames did it on like a PCB. It never did on a flat cartridge that we know of until recent times, because they've started reissuing all their Lynx games on traditional cartridges instead of the ugly PCBs. And some people, like the Lynx Gamer website, for some bizarre reason, don't include Crazy Ace amongst the Lynx's commercial games, and they put the number at 71 instead of the more widely accepted 72, because they say that Crazy Ace isn't official because it was made on a PCB. But the fact it's in this catalogue with games like these, Double Dragon and Super Off-Road, etc., surely means it is a commercial release. It was advertised, it was commercially sold. It was sold in numerous shops, including Telegames' own chain of stores. Remember, they had a big chain of stores themselves at one point across Cambridgeshire, Peterborough area. So across to Leicester, obviously where their main HQ was, so Leicestershire, Cambridgeshire. So yeah, so to me that makes it a commercial game. I don't care what type of cartridge board it came on, it was a commercial game. And on the other side here we have European Soccer Challenge, a weirdly cut off Ultimate Chess Challenge box, and Guardian Storm over Doria, which was never released and it was never finished either. And a prototype of that actually surfaced recently, which you can actually buy online now. There's not a lot to it, but it's kind of cool that at least a prototype showed up. But it's such a shame that Guardians was never finished, because a lot of people were really looking forward to that game. For all accounts and purposes, it just turned out to be a very ambitious project and took far longer than they were expecting it to take. Kicks there on the end. Chess Challenge was Telegames' first Lynx game, and Kicks was their second one. I think it was European Soccer Challenge next, which was obviously a port of Manchester United Europe, the computer game. And until recently, a lot of the Telegames stuff was the later releases, like Desert Strike and Double Dragon and stuff, were going for stupid prices. But thankfully, Telegames have reissued them all now, as I say, and you can go to telegames.co.uk and buy them. They're around 50 quid each, so they're not that expensive either. but it's certainly put a stop to a lot of the eBay scalpers selling them for silly money. And the last catalogue I'm going to look at is one that holds a very special place in my heart, and it's a shame the one that I've got here is a bit tatty, because I literally did have about 100 of these when I was younger. So it's a shame that I don't have those anymore, and this is the only one I have, because this is quite badly folded. In fact, I think, if I remember rightly, I found this folded up inside a Lynx game that I bought. I must try and get hold of a better one of it. And because I had so many of these, I had them stuck on my wall, and I used to cut bits out of them and stick them on things and all sorts of things. Like I covered a school book with one of these, and oh yeah, this leaflet just brings back so many nostalgic memories for you. It'll blow you away. And this opens up just like this. It's not massive, so that shows all the games that were available at this point. This leaflet dates from 1991. As you can see by the game selection, with the most recent titles on this leaflet being like probably Ninja Gaiden, actually is probably the newest one that features on there. It's in alphabetical order though, but I think that would have been the newest one at the time of this being made. Screenshot of all the games. Some of the screenshots are a bit weird as well, because like A.P.B, you know, they've used a picture of a cutscene, and Gauntlet, they've used a picture of the character select, which is strange. But yeah, so we've got all those there. And then coming soon, yeah, see, obviously it lists like hard driving, Viking Child, stuff like that. Interestingly, is Super Squeak spelt wrong, which is interesting on that, coming soon. And the fact that it lists GeoDuel there, which never came out. Such a shame, because it looked really cool. It was like a 3D version of the Tron Light Cycles game. I'm not sure why it was never released. And Hyperdrome there as well, which I already kind of talked about. Then the back part of the outside, you'll see just kind of shows off all the Lynx's abilities, like its 16-bit co-processors, game capacity, things like that. So yeah, it shows off all of that. Very cool. Great memories, that leaflet. And that's all my Lynx leaflets. There is actually one more, which is I do have a Lynx log. They did 2 issues of that. It was like a Lynx magazine. I believe I read in recent times it was produced by EGM, which I never knew, because apparently EGM's offices was right next to, or very near to, the Atari Lombard game studio where a lot of the Lynx games were produced. So yeah, apparently they produced Lynx Log 1 and Lynx Log 2 on Atari's behalf, and they're very good magazines. I don't have the one, and I've never seen the one anywhere, and I never even knew it existed till recent years, but I do have a Lynx Log 2. So I should really do a video at some point looking at the Lynx Log 2. But I was hoping to try and get a Lynx Log 1, and I set up an eBay search for it and everything, so I could do them both together. But we'll see. You never know. It might turn up at some point. Might be lucky. But that's it. That's my look at a load of Lynx accessories. I hope you enjoyed this look. Not accessories, catalogues. Let's look at Lynx catalogues and the pin badges, of course. It's been really nostalgic for me, because you know, the Lynx is my favourite console ever. I have so much unbelievable nostalgia for it, and I still love it to this day. And yeah, I used to pore over catalogues for ages and ages, trying to work out which game I was going to get next. And yeah, both my Lynx consoles, my 1 and my 2, love them to bits. And if I could only have one console for the rest of my life or whatever, it would be the Lynx. I'll pick it every single time. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all again for another video very soon. Bye-bye.